Bruce McAllister squinted at the distant horizon, the silhouette of Draxon warships darkening the sky. "Looks like they're here for another round," he muttered, his voice a mix of resolve and grim humor. "All right, boys, let's show these aliens what real Australian grit looks like." The rugged outskirts of Sydney had seen better days. Once vibrant and bustling, the landscape was now a desolate war zone. Bruce, a retired military strategist turned dog trainer, had dedicated his post-retirement years to training a pack of loyal dogs, preparing for the inevitable day when they would be humanity's last hope. The radio crackled to life, jolting Bruce from his thoughts. "McAllister, we need you at Outpost Echo. Draxons are closing in fast." With a swift, practiced motion, Bruce gathered his gear and whistled for his dogs. They responded instantly, their disciplined forms moving with purpose. "Time to earn our keep, lads," Bruce said, his voice steady. As Bruce and his dogs approached the besieged outpost, the sounds of alien weaponry grew louder. The Draxons were relentless, their advanced technology wreaking havoc on the human defenders. But Bruce had a plan. "Alpha, Beta, on me," Bruce commanded, directing two of his best-trained dogs. They flanked the Draxons, using the terrain to their advantage. The dogs' speed and agility outmatched the cumbersome alien soldiers, creating confusion and opening gaps in the enemy lines. Bruce's tactics were paying off. The initial skirmish saw the human defenders rallying, inspired by the unexpected effectiveness of Bruce's canine unit. But as they began to regroup, a scout reported, "Sir, a larger Draxon force is heading our way." The sun was dipping below the horizon, casting long shadows across the battlefield. Bruce and his dogs were ready. The younger soldiers at the outpost were skeptical of Bruce's methods, but desperation bred cooperation. "You think your mutts can handle these alien brutes?" a young soldier named Jack asked, doubt evident in his voice. "Watch and learn, mate," Bruce replied with a wink. As the larger Draxon force approached, Bruce orchestrated a series of ambushes. His dogs, trained to navigate the rugged terrain, used stealth and speed to disrupt the Draxon formations. The alien soldiers, unaccustomed to such guerrilla tactics, were thrown into disarray. The tide was turning. The younger soldiers, initially hesitant, began to see the value in Bruce's unorthodox methods. They fought alongside the dogs, their confidence growing with each small victory. After the skirmish, Bruce and the soldiers gathered to assess their situation. "You were right, old man," Jack admitted, respect replacing his earlier skepticism. "We couldn't have done it without your dogs." Bruce nodded, his eyes scanning the horizon. "This is just the beginning. We've got a long fight ahead." With the immediate threat neutralized, Bruce and his newfound allies retreated to a hidden location to plan their next move. The atmosphere was tense but hopeful. They had tasted victory, but they knew the Draxons would return with greater force. In a secluded cave, Bruce spread out a map of the area. "We need to use the terrain to our advantage," he began, pointing to key locations. "These hills and valleys can work in our favor." The younger soldiers, now fully on board with Bruce's leadership, listened intently. Each had their own motivations and backstories, but they were united by a common goal: survival. "We'll set traps here and here," Bruce continued, marking spots on the map, "and use the dogs to scout and relay information." Jack, now one of Bruce's staunchest supporters, asked, "What about the main Draxon force? How do we handle them?" Bruce's eyes hardened with determination. "We outthink them. Use their arrogance against them." As night fell, the team finalized their plans, the tension mounting. They knew the next battle would be crucial. Dawn broke over the hills, casting a golden hue on the prepared battlefield. The human forces were ready, their traps set, their spirits high. Bruce's dogs, sensing the imminent conflict, were alert and focused. The Draxons advanced, their war machines rumbling ominously. Bruce signaled his team, and the ambush began. Explosions erupted as the traps were sprung, catching the Draxans off guard. The dogs darted through the chaos, delivering messages and guiding soldiers through the melee. Bruce's strategy was working. The human forces, small but determined, fought with renewed vigor. The dogs played a pivotal role, their loyalty and training shining through. In the heat of battle, Bruce spotted a critical moment. A Draxan commander was exposed, barking orders in a desperate attempt to regain control. "Alpha, go!" Bruce shouted, and his lead dog sprang into action. Alpha's attack was swift and decisive, toppling the commander and causing further confusion among the Draxan ranks. The human forces seized the opportunity, pressing their advantage. As the dust settled, the battlefield was eerily quiet. The Draxans were in retreat, their confidence shattered. The human defenders had won a significant victory. With the battle won, Bruce and his team returned to the main human encampment. Word of their victory spread quickly, inspiring hope among the weary defenders. Bruce stood before the assembled troops, his presence commanding attention. "Today, we showed the Draxans that we won't go down without a fight," he began, his voice strong and clear. "But this is just one battle in a much larger war." The crowd murmured in agreement, their spirits lifted by the recent success. Bruce continued, "We need to stay united, use every resource we have, and fight with everything we've got. Together, we can turn the tide." The younger soldiers, now fully invested in Bruce's leadership, stepped forward to pledge their support. Jack, representing the group, spoke up. "We're with you, Bruce, whatever it takes." As they prepared for the next phase of their campaign, Bruce felt a renewed sense of purpose. The fight was far from over, but they had proven that humanity's spirit was unbreakable. Night fell once more, and the human forces stood ready, eyes on the horizon where the first glimmers of the Draxan war fleet appeared. The battle for Earth's survival had only just begun, but with unity and resilience, Bruce knew they had a fighting chance.